in this debate, it's not just a question about whether some things are morally important or not. Would you really expect opposition sides to defend, for example, refugees being killed, or for example, how it's wrong for homosexuals shouldn't be discriminated, right? Because this debate is primarily a discussion about why ASEAN should actually abandon or adjust its principles just to accommodate certain problems. Let's analyze the government case one by one. The first thing that they told us is that we need to abandon this principle for us to have a collective stance on territorial issues like the South China Sea. First response, it's not like abandoning the principle of non-intervention is the only way we can deal with it. For example, right now, some Philippines and is already fighting a case in Octos, it's already surpassed the first round. Or for example, Vietnam, for instance, was already in talks with China. The point is, if the reason why these ASEAN countries don't want to band together is because they have different stances on these territorial issues. Why can't they, for example, customize their approach to these things and do it that way? Especially if you look at it, it's also legitimate for states to prioritize their interests in light of territorial issues. But second, if they want to talk about humanitarian intervention, it's not mutually exclusive. Right now, even Malaysia or even other countries are already giving aid, right, whenever a neighboring country are having a humanitarian crisis, because obviously they have an incentive. But the thing here is, why must you, again, the question for government to decide to answer is, why must you then alter the structure or the principle of ASEAN just to accommodate these regions to answer these problems, especially if not all countries are willing to do it? Because it's not that we're banning multilateral efforts on our side, right? For so long as you're interested, for so long as you have the capability, for so long as it's in line with your interests, you are able to do it. The burden of government is to prove why it should be every single country who must agree to every single thing, because that's what the principle of non-intervention really means. But furthermore, there's this really strange idea of military intervention. They now want to turn ASEAN, for example, into this huge military bloc. What does this mean? Especially in light of their, let's first deconstruct, right, what the abandonment of collective non-interventionist principle actually means. Madam Chair, it's not just a very purely principle debate like just because I'm an ASEAN member and you're an ASEAN member, I can tell you off and say that what you're doing is wrong. It also assumes a change in structure, which is what I've been talking about and what Hazel pointed out in a few eyes. That's why, for example, in contract to status quo, more likely it's going to look like what the European Parliament looks like.